I hear it all the time. We left everything on that field. I don't know about the game we lost, but I tell you what, we left it on the field. Well, that man left his cultivator on the field. He left it all in the field on which side? The right side. And he's carrying that yet because no one said to him, Sonia, what we got to do is help you find what you left on the field. We got to help you find that on your left side. We have to help you get that left diaphragm stronger for respiration, stronger for ventilation, so which chest wall can expand? The right side. Because if I get my left side in a better position, I'm not going to have to worry about you filling up your left lungs anymore. It's going to automatically fill up the right. Because when these ribs come down and this diaphragm contracts and moves up and down in that chamber, this chest wall is now free. There are no ribs coming down over here anymore. And he's not looking at the side of his cultivator anymore. And he doesn't have to worry about tearing out corn plants. Because now he can do what, everybody? He can go on the other side. And now his shoulder pain that he has on the right side, and his fingers that are going numb on the right side, because he is told he has an arthritic neck, and that total hip that he had replaced on the right side can be decompressed. And everything on the left side can be a little bit more what? Compressed. Statically. And inside of him, dynamically, he's alive. So don't we already have an attitude that statically we want to keep the right hemidiaphragm weaker? God, he's weird. And I want to keep the left hemidiaphragm, Brianna, what? Because it says right hemidiaphragm is larger. It's bigger. It's stronger than that left side. Number two, we want to keep that left diaphragm, the left one, we got to give it a little bit of opposition, a little fulcrum. It's called your pelvis. We got to get your femur underneath of it. How about this? We got to get you over your femur. We got to get you over that acetabulum. We got to center you over there because you don't have centering over there. You don't have a liver on the left side. You have poop organs on the left side. Lots of them on the left side. And you have a big liver on the left side. Can you write this down? You have a big liver on the left side. Your hip. You see my liver? There it is. Got it. Right here. That gentleman was only using his right liver. He only has one liver. It kept him on which side? His right hip. We really want to do everything we can to center ourselves statically when we stop over to which side? So if you left today right now, Gail, if you just go out of here right now and say, this posture respiration course taught me to get people over on which side? Statically for what? Ventilation. Right away you did my heart some good because I know you took the warfare and you brought it way down. There's some peace, there's some negotiations going on. There's a little less tension between the two sides. So we got to get you a shift to the left. Your pericardium position in the left is your pericardium is positioned in your left side. Let's create a pericardium in the right side. What should be our pericardium in the right side? Anybody. What should it be? A three-letter word. Air. Why don't you write that down? I need a pericardium on my right side. Oh, sorry. I need air on my right side. If I have a pericardium on my right side, I'm going to be more symmetrical. Never completely be symmetrical, but I'm going to function statically without discord. If I maximize air on which side? Because you don't need to maximize air on the left side. It's maximized for you. We're going to study ribs tomorrow, and you'll see that. You'll know how to test for it. So I have got to get apical expansion on which side, everybody? Statically. My right side. I'm going to create a heart on my right side called air. Is this helping? You're all balanced, you just don't know it. The only way you can balance this asymmetrical system statically when you go to bed at night is you got to function ventilatorily correctly. Everybody with me? That's the only way you can balance this out. If you stop ventilating at night correctly, you're going to stay very asymmetrical at night. And it'll be difficult for you to do what at night statically? Breathe. Throats get twisted. Pharyngeal openings get narrowed. Concha get a little cranky. Sinuses close up. Necks become tight. Because how can you sleep and pull in at the same time with an accessory system that's blocked because you can't get into a zone of apposition? So we got to keep that natural rhythmic activity going on statically during the day. Last one. We covered the lobes. Right vagus is longer than the left. What's the vagus nerve? How about it just controls you? Your emotions. It's an autonomic nerve. A big one. Very big nerve. And it gets cranky if it gets twisted on one side and not twisted on the other. And you know where that vagus system lays? Right behind the diaphragm. Right in front of your rib cage in the back. You get this vagal system. If the vagus system is longer on the right side, what should we try to do with the vagal system on the left side? Get it longer. What do we want to do with the vagal system on the right side? Well, now again, remember, it's longer. There's a lot of activity going on here. To maximize activity on the left side, you have to take compression off of it. The vagal system on the left side, you shut down. You're pushing it all the way up and forward because you're in a state of extension. And we're going to talk a little bit. I'll show you the slide of the vagus system. Really, what you want to write down, number 5, is statically, you want to regulate autonomics better. Cool people that are really, really cool. They can sell ice to an Eskimo. Those kind of people, they're cool. They have vagal system toned down pat, statically. They have it down. I'm being taped, so I got to watch what I say. They have it down. And you know who these people are. They're very good. They breathe when they talk. They pause after sentences. They stay collected, even though they're swimming like 1,000,000 miles an hour inside. But they control the vagal system statically. The only way you're going to control that vagal system statically is that you've got to be able to write this word down, shift. They shift their thinking, they shift their body, they shift their lung function, and they shift their respiratory rib cage. They shift. So you want to keep your autonomic nervous system at bay. What's the word of the day? Shift. From side to side. Statically. So when I'm on my right side, Brianna, then I go to my left side. Then I'm back on my right side. Then I go back to my left side. But I'm shifting statically. Does that make sense? I turn my head to the right side, Gail. I turn my head to the left side. When I turn my head to the left side, I'm on my right leg. When I turn my head to the right side, I'm on my left leg. You know you don't have a good static stance if you turn your head to the left side and you're on your left side. And you turn your head to the right side and you are now a normal human. Because you're still on which side? The right side. And if I'm in this position, I can't get air on my right side. And the other 4 things now, you just lost. Should I do that again for you? If I go to my left side, I should be turning my upper trunk to my right side. You're going to learn that tomorrow. Right rib rotation should be in left stance. Right stance should be left rib rotation. See, I wish somebody in school, Rick, would have said, You can't do a gait analysis if you don't have thoracic rotation with ipsilateral opposition. That means on the same side, if I go to the right, on the right side, I shouldn't be over here, should I? Where should I be? Over there. Opposite side. That's what I'm trying to get across with static activity. Does that make sense? Why don't you write this down too, real quickly, right here. Rib rotation to the right requires left stance. Rib rotation to the left requires what? Right stance. What do you think the human being does statically after this morning's 1.5 hour discussion? Anybody? Which foot do you think that farmer is standing on and driving the tractor on and sleeping with and eating with and chewing out his doctors with? His right. So he's on his right leg. And if he's on his right leg, he's probably doing something correctly. What's he doing correctly? Left rotation. But the problem is, as soon as he goes in a right rotation, he's still on his right leg. His ribs just popped up in the air. And he goes back, he's in comfort. He goes back here, he's in discomfort. He goes back here, he's in comfort. He goes back here in discomfort. He neglected which leg? Do you remember the illustration? The left hip is forward. He forgot how to get his left hip which way. He forgot how to get his rib cage which way? Back. He doesn't know how to do that. He's stuck. He's caught in static asymmetry. He can't get out of it. So can he shift? No. How many millions of people out there you think are not shifting today correctly? Millions of people. Because we are appendage-minded and we never looked at the axial structure. We're axially minded too. Some of us like to keep axial spines what? Lined up. But what good is that if you can't shift that axial spine correctly with your appendages? Do we have static down? So I'm going to take you through quickly the dynamic ones. We'll take a little break. Okay? How are we doing? Got that down, Kurt? You rotate to the right, you should be on which leg? Left. You rotate to the left, you should be on which leg? That's called gait 101. Everybody with me? Gait 101. Left arm forward, right leg forward means you're on your left leg. Right trunk rotation, left leg. Gait 102, right hand, left leg. Gait nothing would be this. Always on which leg? Stance leg is high on which side? Right side. That's not gait. That's what you do at night when you sleep. That's why you have headaches. That's why you're short of breath. That's why you have POTS. That's why you're fired up. That's why hypersensitivity exists, etc., 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 etc. Joy, is that kind of making sense? Big concept. Big, 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 big concept. Dynamic. Dynamic. Acquired dynamic dominance. All of you have lumbopelvic femoral core stability on the right side then, dynamically. I want to thread a little thread through a needle opening. I'm going to do it dynamically better, even if I'm left-handed, with my right core being activated. That's stability. Write this down. Stability axially exists on the right. Instability exists on the left. I'm going to ask you a trick question. Don't tell me that you want stability. Which of those two do you want? Let's all practice. Instability. I want more instability, therefore, on which side, everybody? The right. Write down, I want more instability on the right side. That's got to be hard for all of you. I'm a stabilizing person. No, 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 no. You can't be a stabilizing person if you don't do what first? This will be hard. You can't be a stabilizing person if you don't know how to do what first? Destabilize somebody. How about this? Shut down tone. Inhibit. Drop it off. How can you start something if you don't know how to drop it off? Which side do we have to destabilize?